Okay, so today we're gonna do the second mode in the um, order of modes. We got number 2, and it's called the Dorian mode. And the first one we went through is number 1. That's Ionian. Second one is Dorian. Then it goes Phrygian, Lydian, Mixed Lydian, Aeolian, Locrian, and then back to Ionian. So the way I remember Dorian, maybe it'll help after we go through it, but Dorian is 2, and the Dorian mode, for whatever reason, the first 3 notes is a whole step and then a half step, and then I think of Dorian as 2D and then down, like the first 2 are the half step is down, and you'll notice that with Phrygian, the half step is up high, so it just comes down to memorizing, I guess. It's not that fun, but we do it a lot in music. You just got to memorize a few things. So Dorian mode, it's a minor mode, and it's got the flat third and the flat 7, and we'll just go through it and I'll show you how it sounds. And since we're just going to stay in C, and so you can kind of just see where we're at on the 8th fret, and I'll just play it for you. So here's A, B, C. So here's your 8th fret. And so the minor sound to it. And I think it was Rick Beato. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying his name, but he explained this like the film score mode. And I'm not sure. Maybe it's kind of, he plays it on the keyboard. It sounds really good. So 1, 2, flat 3. So if it were the major scale, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1. So that's your octave. So since we're in Dorian, it's 1, 2, and then so this would be your 3 normally, but we're gonna make it flat. So it's 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, and then instead of the 7 being here, it's flat 7. So flat 7, and then 1. So here's your octave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then, so just to tie it in with the first mode, and the reason why these modes, you got to learn all of them, is because when you play them in the order that they go in, so Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixed Lydian, Aeolian, Locrian, when you play them in order, they actually all go together. So if you start, and this was what took me a long time to learn. It's just like the modes, like there's this mysterious, there's 7 of them, and all of them have a different sound, and which one do you play for which, but really when they all work together, it's just one mode. So if I start in the first position on the first fret and I'm playing an F, so if I'm playing F, Ionian, so if I play F Ionian and then I go up a whole step, and then I play the, this would be G Dorian, I'm actually playing the F major scale, but I'm playing it in the next position. So I'll just show you. If I go and I just loop an F major, right? So I'll just make something go. So here's F major Ionian. So there's F major or F Ionian. Then if I play G Dorian, you can hear how I'm playing. It's still an F major. So F Ionian, G Dorian, and then if I were to play A Lydian or A Phrygian, you hear it's still F. So that's the reason for all of it. So, and then the difference is if you were to play, so if instead you were starting in the Dorian mode and you started down here and you were playing an F minor, right? Then if I were to play G Lydian or G Phrygian, wait, I would still be playing F Dorian. So, or F, F minor, F Dorian. So it'll make sense as we go through more of them. And it's neat because, and the way that it works is that you can just play that scale all the way up down the whole fretboard. So if you want to play an F major scale, but you want to play it up here on the 9th fret, you would just play whatever mode lands in that position. So yeah, it's that's your first minor. So Ionian is your first mode, and it's major. Second mode is Dorian, number 2, and it is minor. And so you can play around with that. You can loop a minor chord progression and just play in that Dorian mode. So I'll give you guys a close-up of the pattern so you can screenshot it or whatever you want to do with it, but that's the pattern. So it's a C Dorian, but you can play, it's a movable scale, like I said before, movable scale, so you can play it in any position, anywhere on the fretboard, and it'll, as long as your root matches your chord, it'll sound right. So the next one we're going to do is the Phrygian mode, and that's the Spanish sounding mode, so that'll be fun, and I'll just make a video for that next.